So what if I told you a couple who adopted a child allows the child to starve, goes to court, gets convicted, no jail time, because the judge says, what about the other adopted children? We have to think about them. This is insane. Picture full mass. I'm about to tell you a hell of a story. An Idaho couple, Byron and Gwendalyn Buthman, were convicted of starving their adoptive daughter until the point she went into cardiac arrest. However, according to a judge, they will not be serving any jail time for their crime. So keep that picture up. Now I read over this case. I have information about the DA and everybody else. So here's the thing. In the court of law, they will not serve jail time. I am not the court of law. I am the court of public opinion. Byron and Gwendalyn were slapped with 4 years of probation, 300 hours of community service last Tuesday by Judge Darla Williamson, who ruled that jail time would hurt the 4 adoptive kids they still have. Why in the hell do they still have 4 damn children in their household? The judge additionally withheld judgment, which means if the couple follows the rules of probation, their conviction will be vacated. The hell? A ruling that led some to actually gasp in the courtroom. That's according to the Idaho Statesman. The pair were convicted June 2022 for mistreating the young girl that they previously were that they were in jail previously for. They were in jail for 1 day, were credited with time served. The judge's decision comes after prosecutors requested they face 20 years. 20 years, 1 day. Prosecutor said this is a 20-year crime here. Judge says no, 1 day. 20 years behind bars was the request, with at least 5 years in the slammer before parole could even be considered. That's according to a news release from the county prosecutor's office, put up the prosecuting attorney, Jan M. Bennett. Okay? She's to blame, at least partly. The judge partly as well, because both could have rejected this ridiculous plea. The prosecutor's office detailed neglect and mistreatment of the girl, named EB in court records. Placed under her adopted parents' care from the age of 3 to 6, including only allowing her to eat vegetable powder for food, sleeping in the laundry room without bedding. The girl testified she was so hungry that she ate toilet paper after she was locked in the bathroom. The prosecutor's office said the depraved malnourishment and forcing the girl to stand outside in cold temperatures in just a diaper led her to go into cardiac arrest October 2017. She survived it. The abuse continued. ADA Deputy Prosecutor Daniel Dinger says, and I quote, "I certainly do not think that it is in any way an exaggeration to suggest that this was nearly a homicide, that EB could have died as a result of the defendant's conduct." The two were found guilty of felony injury to a child with an enhancement for producing great bodily harm, and a misdemeanor count of injury to a child after they were arrested in 2019. They kept it going. But Williamson, the judge, leaned toward the lighter sentence because she believed any more jail time could negatively affect the 4 other adoptive children they still watch after. Williamson also said that the Buthmans are not the typical criminals she deals with in court, and putting them in jail would only be done to send a message to the public that people who do this sort of thing go to prison, according to the newspaper. She reportedly said she believed both will stay out of trouble and appear to be taking care of their 4 other kids, even as they are barred from fostering additional children. Put their pictures up again. Look at all of the breaks, all of the favor that they're receiving for the harm they did to a child, starving a child, getting convicted for doing so, having a directive to never be able to adopt again, even though they are allowed to keep the 4 they currently have. The order should have been to take those children out of the household, to do an assessment and investigation. They didn't do that. At this point, somebody needs to check that judge's bank account. This makes no sense. The judge also added that the couple has suffered substantial penalties outside the legal system. The 2 might never get their old jobs back, the judge said. The Buthman's lawyer, Matthew Williams, said, Byron lost his job as a nurse because of the child abuse. Gwendalyn might never get her teaching certificate back. Why? Child abuse. That's what happens when you abuse children. Gwendalyn, through tears, told the judge during a statement, "My children are my pride and joy. I love them very much," she said. But EB, in a statement read in court by prosecutors, said she wanted her former adopted parents to go to jail. She wanted them to go to jail because I don't want what they did to me to happen to anybody else. What have we de-evolved into? So here's the thing. I'm staying on top of this case because obviously there's some malfeasance here somewhere. A person who literally gets convicted, a couple gets convicted of child abuse, the felony version of child abuse, and the other children that they adopted aren't even removed from the household. They receive no jail time. Prosecutors said it should have been 20 years. They get 1 damn day, both of them. The other children not even taken out of the home. Hell no. There is something foul happening in that courtroom, and we're not letting a damn thing go. I agree with this child. They need to be in jail so it doesn't happen to another baby. All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
What the hell is going on in Idaho?
It's insane.
What is this judge smoking? What kind of beer goggles? And yes, it's got to be something else at play here. The other 4 children would have been helped by the jail time. Wow.
Yep. I've never seen, out of all of my reporting, and I'm sure yours too, I haven't seen something this extreme. I've seen calls that I didn't agree with, but something this extreme to literally say, we're going to convict you of child abuse, multiple felony counts. We know you engaged in this. We understand that you are a bad parent, but we think you are a good parent to these other children. So we're not going to give you jail time. I've never seen this before. There is something else.